I wanna bop with you,
I can't hear myself.
All night long, I wanna bop the night away. I forgot to plug in the headphones. I forgot. Hello, everybody. Hello. We're just singing some dance seals.
I wasn't. You were.
Poodle.
I don't know who that is.
Well, there you
Dan
go.
Seals.
Come at me if you want to bop all night long.
I've been found guilty.
He's guilty, y'all. Love after lockup.
Of love in the first degree. But I don't mind.
Sure don't.
As long as you're here with me. A judge and the jury. When they heard my plea. You know they sent me up the river.
Straight up fabric will gay up.
They put the blame on me. Lock me up, roll away the key. I'm just a prisoner of love. I'm doing time, I'm doing fine. I'm just a prisoner of love. Love after lockup, y'all.
Watch it, y'all. Those little Debbie cakes, they go everywhere.
Nothing like a jumpsuit. You know, someone out there just felt seen for the first time who has all these Dan Seals tapes.
It's because I did a cameo and sang Meet Me in Montana with Marie Osmond.
And then someone like me is like, who the fuck is that?
I heard that Marie Osmond when I was a kid, and I went, who is that angelic voice? If she made dolls, I would buy one.
And she did.
Y'all,
she made dolls.
This is real. Poodle has seen me watching QVC and has to talk me down from buying a Marie Osmond doll.
have.
I mean, I almost called in.
That's like one step over the line to become socially unacceptable.
Like that's what he said. He was like,
I was having
like
to intervene.
It was like a drug addict. He said, if you do this,
it's just one. There's no coming back from buying a Marie Osmond doll, y'all. There's no going back from that.
Oh,
that you might as well.
They're so pretty.
Just like start making costumes for your cats.
It's like that one doll. Have you ever seen? I don't know what it's called. That Dolly Parton documentary.
I don't want to talk about dolls.
Well, no. Have you seen the Dolly Parton documentary that's about the Dolly Parton fans?
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's a great documentary, and there's all different types of fans. But there's one like big chubby gay guy who makes all these Dolly Parton dolls, and it shows him coming and bringing them to Dolly. And every time she's like, it's surprising that she gets a new doll.
It's
and creepy.
He's a virgin.
And you're like, he wants to take your skin, Dolly, and put it over his dolls.
I'm just generally bothered and weirded out by people like that. I don't even think it's sad or anything. I'm just really concerned. If we get really famous one day and someone makes a doll of me,
you'll love it. You will.
Maybe.
That will turn the tide.
I have a feeling, though, they would totally, like, kidnap me and put me in a pit like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Maybe.
Is she a big fat person?
Big fat person.
Mister, I got your poodle. She's hurt real bad.
Real bad. You need to get started on your
hurt her.
Your Poodle Boudreaux home
I know.
pillows.
The poodle collection.
Yeah. People are waiting on that. Y'all, you
From
can
the
get
desk of Poodle Boudreaux.
But anyway, with any merch, you can get 30% off. And I think if you're a
Is it only this month?
These are patrons. I think the patrons, they can get their discount on top of the...
I like it how we just speculate.
Right? We don't know. We don't know.
Don't come at us. We don't. There's so much of our life we just don't know. That way we can deny everything.
I'll be honest. We just don't have the bandwidth to think about it.
I don't.
We don't.
We're doing like 6 shows a week right now. This is, by the way, this is Lalu.
This is Love After Lockup.
Lalu.
Episode.
Lalu.
Now, so this is on our regular feed because this is episode 2.
This is your last episode of
your last free episode.
The free episode.
If you're going to want to listen to 3 bitches, you got to jump to the Gatreon.
Ooh, this is like your last taste of heroin before we take it away. And you all come, you gotta ride, you're gonna chase that dragon.
This might be the inappropriate show to say that in.
Oh, yeah.
Since a lot of them are struggling with that.
I apologize.
Yeah. While we're on
this is a good addiction.
It's true. While we're on that, y'all, we're going to say...
There are good addictions.
There are good addictions. Dick. Actually, that sex addiction. That's
not good either.
That's not good either. Learning.
Chocolate?
No.
That one's not good either. Learning addiction. I think that's the last on the addiction chart. There's probably not a lot of those. Cleaning, that one kind of is.
No, that's OCD.
That's OCD.
Then you scrubbing your hands.
Maybe there aren't a lot of good addictions.
There's not real. There always is too much of it. Too much of good thing. It's too much.
And love addiction is a problem.
Yeah. We're going to see that on this season.
It's a problem.
We're going to see that on this season. Hashtag
there aren't
John.
a lot of good addictions, but for hours, you get a lot of good stuff with it.
Yes, it's true. We do want to say real quick, we talked to this mainly last episode. We just want to remind everybody. So we are just taking a knowing of who we didn't know this. We had one of our patrons come at us, and because we always make fun of people's names.
Yeah.
Always. That's what we do. And we offend everyone, but we realized
Equal
last
opportunity.
week with Shavel, we were making fun of her name, and someone came from us, a black woman, and said, that was disappointing to me because when you think about the history of black people and,
and she sent us, she posted an article.
Posted a great article on our Facebook group.
And we kind of read it, and I was like, she's right.
Because, like, Destiny's name is dumb, but it doesn't keep Destiny because she's white from getting a job interview.
Yeah.
And so that's the difference.
Even more than that, Destiny's mom wanted it to be cute.
Yeah,
and,
so whereas this is something that black people in our country, and maybe in other countries, I can't speculate, have really dealt with.
In like the Black Power movement in the 60s and 70s, there was an attempt, there was a complete willful attempt to move away from traditional names.
Yes.
Or toward traditional African names or toward non-American names.
Yes.
And so that was intentional, and we're still kind of seeing that today.
But I think what this does, as we're talking about, I think it's a good reminder of what we're talking about, Black Lives Matters. And I think for a lot of white people to understand, it was not our intention at all. We didn't even think about them being black. So I can understand where some white people say, but you weren't meaning it that way at all. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't
matter what
doesn't
we
really
meant.
matter what our intentions are.
It's the way it's heard.
Yeah.
And, someone said, I can't believe Matt said this because he has a black boyfriend. His name is Kyle. Like, so I've never, again, I just think that shows that white people, we really need to, like, work beyond ourselves to learn, to listen, to educate ourselves.
I think, too, it's not even a question of, people aren't letting them be who they are. I think it's a question of just having someone present a viewpoint and us go, they got a point there.
They got a point there.
And just to learn a little bit and I never have any problem with people coming for us.
Not at all.
Y'all, as long as you do it in a way that is fair and that is not and where you're not coming in either calling us names or I can't believe so-and-so or I can't believe they won't let them be them.
You might get triggered by something we say. Just remember, Brene Brown talks about of coming to someone and giving them the benefit of doubt that they didn't mean to hurt you.
Yeah.
We are never trying to hurt anyone.
No.
However, if some of you come for us and say we can't make fun of Tania and Brittany, fuck off. You're listening to the wrong show. We're gonna make fun of them.
It's open season on those assholes.
Because they have terrible names and Brittany's name is spelled horribly. We're gonna make fun of them. Anyway.
And she is the living embodiment of that like huge orange wig on the Looney Tunes commercials.
It is ironic too that
cartoons.
Jake and I had a long conversation before we did Lalu about there's not a lot, but there's a couple of people that are black that are in prison. How do we talk about that as white men? So it's interesting all the other stuff we did and even talk to other people about to get advice on. And I love that the name thing is a thing we fucked up.
I think too, it's
that's
something we make fun of names just because it's kind of it's mostly an eccentricity of mine, but we both make fun of it. Is where I think people should have to go to a council of naming to get their name passed.
You know what? Yeah, because
But to be honest, if she wants to name her daughter Shavel, go ahead.
I kind of wish it was just spelled differently, though.
It should, if it was Shavelle, I would not have a problem.
It was the spelling.
It was the spelling that bothered me.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to be more. So anyway, that's all we wanted to say about that. And let's jump into these hot messes.
So Scott and Lindsay. This episode is number 2, you guys. Season 4, episode 2. Bad at being good.
A lot of people come about Scott's lips. Everybody's wondering about his lip. I really think some people think it was a cleft palate surgery.
When did he have it?
And I wouldn't make fun of that because that's a birth. But I really don't. If you look at him from the side, it looks like he got filler put in his lip.
It does.
Badly.
It's so red. The area always looks like it's inflamed.
And I feel like when we've seen older pictures, his lip doesn't look like that.
Yeah, I feel like he got stuff done. Yeah. It just looks ridiculous.
It looks ridiculous.
Still been sucking the Kool-Aid man's dick.
Y'all, it's...
Oh, yeah. I'm coming.
I'm bad at being good.
We did have a lot of people speculate on what color the Kool-Aid man's cum was.
You know what? What did you say again, Poodle?
I said it was blue.
Oh, you did say blue. Yes, you did say blue. We had some really good. Well, I'm going to read one of the comments because some of them were really, really hilarious.
Kind of like Klingon blood is blue.
It is?
I'm thinking maybe it's green. It's been a long time.
As Sweeney says, I imagine the Kool-Aid's man come to be like a mood ring where you can tell how he's doing at life from what flavor comes out.
That's fair.
Like if you don't get Kool-Aid at all, but if it's a grape flavor aid like they had in Jonestown.
Ooh,
she
just dropped the Jonestown.
She did. Anyway.
Y'all just Google Jonestown. It's not a happy Kool-Aid story.
It's not a happy Kool-Aid story. So, y'all. Anyway, and Kathy said, just yell up to my husband, Carl, what color do you think the Kool-Aid's cum is? And he was on a conference call. Whoops. So, we'll see. Anyway, y'all. So, y'all came at us.
It's definitely not clear. And it's not cloudy because there's no cloudy Kool-Aid. I think it's either purple or blue.
Okay.
I really believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that when it...
Oh, yeah.
I love that when it came to John, we were like, how does John have so many wives? And Lucy Robinson on Patreon comments said, here's the deal. John eats pussy.
That's true.
That's how he gets his ladies.
It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner down there, y'all.
I bet he does.
3 squares a day of
Christiana,
pussy.
get ready. You might say yes to this marriage invitation next episode.
He must be good. That's a talented tongue.
Good for him. Anyway, back to Scott and Lindsay.
Scott and Lindsay. This is something I did not get out of the first episode. They have never seen each other in person.
They have not.
Think of what he has done for her when they have not even... So he's given her daughter money.
Get a $1,200 phone,
her daughter.
which sounds like a lot, but y'all, an iPhone's $1,200, but
and
you
know
just
what?
pay it off every month.
It's probably going to fuck up in about a month.
Maybe.
I'm really anti-iPhones, even though I have one.
It's true.
They're so expensive.
They are.
Remember when phones were like $75? And they were...
But all you did was make a call on them like once every couple of days.
I know. But I remember like my Toshiba flip phone was like $300, and I had it for like 4 years. Even my BlackBerry, you called rice phone. Because there was rice in it.
Yo, he got it. I called it rice phone because he got it wet and he put it in a bag of rice.
And then
it
rice got stuck in the phone
and it would rattle with rice in it.
And when it rang, it would go.
Yeah,
it sounded like a rattlesnake.
I forgot about that. It did.
I miss rice phones sometimes.
I do have to say, my iPhone's fine, but to this day, my very favorite phone ever was my BlackBerry Pearl. I loved that phone.
BlackBerry Pearl's a good drag queen name.
It is.
I just feel like, what are we paying for when we get an iPhone? What are you fucking paying for? You're paying for a computer in your hand.
You are.
But they literally fall apart. They don't last.
I think maybe you're coming from a place of someone who destroys electronics.
Come at us if you guys have had
Y'all.
Apple phones just fucking die on you.
All of them die, but you've got to, y'all. If you're on our top,
Electronics should last.
if you're on our top tier Gatreon, you saw us today. We did our YouTube live.
It was a lovely afternoon.
You also saw Poodle trip on the cord, spill water all over the power strip, and you see how he destroys electronics.
I was going to get my gavel.
He got a new computer, and I bought a case for him, and he said, "I don't want this case," and then he put it on, and then
It's necessary.
about a month later, he dropped it
my
on
laptop
the
on the cement.
because he doesn't put his computer in a bag. He just walks around with it like it's a
Well,
fucking
no,
bag of
it
Doritos.
fell out of the bag. I just didn't seal it.
Anyway, Scott's bought a lot of shit for Lindsay.
Yeah.
And we find out.
He says every king needs his queen.
Ugh. And
God,
so
I wish we could just stop saying that.
some things, y'all. Lindsay, y'all, she is a woohoo girl to the biggest extent. She's been in, what'd she say, jail? She's been in prison 7 months and had 8 incidents.
Yeah, I get in a lot of fights. I don't like it when people tell me what to do.
This does not sound like someone who's been rehabilitated by any means.
I kind of agree. She's a woohoo girl, and that makeup is still distracting. That Harley Quinn makeup is still distracting.
It is.
Mr.
J.
Her,
That's what she calls Scott.
Her daughter is named Miley Grace. It is a double name, you guys. Not
Grace.
Miley Grace, blah, blah, blah.
It's Miley Grace.
It is Miley Grace.
Well, it's like my friend Jimmy Dawn. We call her Jimmy Dawn, even though her name was Jimmy Dawn Stewart. Yeah, her name was Jimmy Stewart.
That's
but we
a
called
real
her Jimmy
person.
Dawn.
I'll pause for a minute.
I just texted with her the other day. Her and Lene.
Y'all, until I met some of these people, I thought he was making all this shit up.
I love Jimmy. She's one of my best friends.
How's it spelled?
Jymme.
Of course it is. Anyway.
Her brother just came out gay like 4 years ago.
Good for him.
Oh, yeah.
So, Miley Grace.
Miley Grace. And so...
Miley. My name is Miley, like Miley Cyrus.
And Brenda...
Miley Grace.
Brenda's the grandma to
Brenda.
Lindsay. But this is where we see... You know what a lot of... Which it is said... You see cycle of drug use or cycle of like... We're just assuming, but Lindsay's mom's out of the picture.
She is, yeah.
Her mother, Brenda, raised her.
Yeah.
So this breaks
is
my heart.
4 generations now.
Brenda probably had to see her daughter, either if she's even still alive, go through this, and now she sees her granddaughter. That's got to be hard.
And besides Miley Grace,
and so
and
Scott,
the little girl's cute.
Oh, she's cute.
I hate the name,
but it was like Scott is close to her. And he buys her clothes. He went over to Brenda and Miley's for Thanksgiving.
Y'all, there are red flags everywhere here.
You know what?
Just to have this man who you don't know from Adam in your child's life, and you've never met in person.
Well,
they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something.
Well, you put it that way. It's like, although this is jumping ahead a little bit, but when Scott was with her, I didn't get like a pedophile vibe or anything from him.
I don't think that
it was
at
kind
all.
of sweet, but it's just, and I think we find out. I mean, let's just bring it. Let's just talk about it, y'all. Scott's son Connor was killed in a car accident.
His name Connor?
Yeah, it was Connor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
and he says his biggest accomplishment was his son. And that hit me like a ton of bricks.
You know what? That did me. I really had empathy for it. It made me really sad to see Scott. Because
only like 2 or 3 years ago.
That's I think his only son. That
I don't know.
He wants another family.
That's what I thought immediately. This is his second family.
Like, I bet you that he'll probably want to, when Lindsay comes out, I bet he'll want to have a baby.
Yeah.
That's probably one reason why he likes dating a younger woman.
I think, too, it's, God.
It's just.
I find that, he even, and Michael even, Scott even says, it's trouble because she gets in trouble because she's an attractive, beautiful white girl. And I was like,
I know a lot of attractive, beautiful white girls.
And trouble doesn't find them.
Jimmy Dawn Stewart, an attractive, beautiful white girl.
Yeah.
She never got in trouble.
Now,
And she was sassy.
You can, y'all, if you want trouble, you can go find it. Any of you. You don't have to be white. You don't have to be black. You don't have to be anything. And you don't have to be pretty.
I thought that was an interesting choice of
You can find trouble. Trouble doesn't find you.
And also, too, the way he said it, though, was like beautiful white girls usually get into trouble.
I
went,
know. It was awful.
No, usually they get away with a lot more shit than women of color because they get other they have to deal with bullshit.
He's kind of put her on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's put the thing that it's like with somebody in addiction, but also like, and that's what she's done, y'all. She graduated community college, which good for her. She was kind of on a career path, but then she realized.
Did she graduate?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her mom Brenda said that. And so.
I thought she was like, why not want to have a career if I can just make $1,000 a week?
She graduated from, but even she realized she could make way more money selling drugs. Because, y'all, if she graduated.
I know that.
Yeah.
But what prevents me is maybe an idea that I might go to prison or an idea that I don't want to get people hooked on drugs.
Y'all, because Piano Cat 77 is in demand. He could be camming all night selling the doobie.
Make a lot of money.
Not the doobie, that's legal, but selling the. So, anyway, that's what. And she hasn't said. Did they say Lindsay used drugs as well?
Oh, she had to.
She
was high as a kite when she was. When she's
driving.
Driving the car 140 miles an hour.
So, because she was driving down the highway.
Don't turn back, because I'm
never gonna turn back. Because I'm never going back. And the cops.
She has another song.
She does, Elena.
It's not good.
Y'all, she has another song on Instagram.
This is Smothered, by the way. We're talking about Elena from Smothered.
That comes on tonight as well.
Oh, God. This Sunday is just fuck us.
There's a lot. We have heard inklings from people in the know. We think there is going to be either some type of Smothered reunion.
Yeah.
Because this Sunday's the last episode of Smothered scheduled.
Right.
Ooh.
So,
and you know what? What did you say about Smothered? I just want you to say it on air. What did you say about Smothered ending?
I'm going to kind of miss it.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
But I say I'm going to kind of miss a lot of things. I say that when that dog moves out downstairs that never shuts the fuck up, I'm going to kind of miss that dog, too. Even though I want her dead sometimes.
I don't think she's ever going to move out.
I don't know.
Until she gets married.
Probably not. Anyway.
She should date women. I think she'd do well with that.
I don't know.
I don't think it's her way.
I don't think it's her way. She's got a cute guy now.
Your own way.
Anyway, is that it for them?
I think that's basic. But like you said, man, like this is not going to go well for Scott.
You guys,
and I think he's actually doing it in a not creepy intention. When I heard that about Connor, I went, oh, he is really going into this so
he's really
blindly wounded and so not optimistic. I'm just blanking on the word, but so it's just wholehearted.
Yeah.
Genuine.
Also, you guys, when you're paying for everything for them, know that creates an inequality, and that's hard to get over because in a fight you will bring up I paid for everything.
And that's just going to make Lindsay probably feel more like a loser. And
when two people, if you're in a relationship now where neither of you, where one person is either one person gives all the love, or one person gives all the money, or one person, if there's an inequality there, that's a problem. You guys should talk about that. Yeah. It's hard.
Anyway,
that doesn't keep me from finding a rich older guy.
You keep fucking that up. I don't want to get started on it.
Anyway,
speaking as you talked about earlier about love addictions, let's talk about John and Christiana.
Christiana,
not Christiana.
Christiana.
Y'all, John, he's got a limo, y'all. He called some guy named Buck who has a limo service.
No, this is Sal, who's
Sal.
right out of Goodfellas.
Yeah, he is. He's like, hey, you want to pick her up? I'll pick her up. Sure, yeah. And John's like, so listen, I'm going to pick up the limo. We're going to take the truck. We've got about 40 seconds when she gets out of prison, and then we got to get to the halfway house.
This is a lot of expectation in one day.
A lot.
Kind of more than my heart kind of hurts for John because I think he's planned this out so well. It's never going to be what he thinks it will be.
You know, my heart doesn't hurt for John because I think John is. I think we're going to see a gross side of him.
You're probably right.
Right now, he kind of seems like this. Oh, I'm just this hopeless romantic or whatever. I think you can't be married that many times with that many kids.
But I think you and I live here on this planet, and he lives.
What planet does he live on?
Over there.
He lives on planet
Zipton. Yeah, it's
I like
just
Zipton.
the rules don't really function how we live here.
No.
So I looked this up because I could not find it. This is some kind of specially designed native marriage costume John has on.
Oh, it is? Oh.
It's like, well, no, I did not find it. I was looking for native marriage things. There's like, someone come at us if you know anything about this. It's black, but with like tassels, kind of.
I didn't know if it
looks
was
like he bought it at a Western store.
I didn't know if it was a costume thing. I thought it was just bad fashion.
His normal attire.
That's what
but
I
I think
thought.
he would want something that was nice to get married in.
Well, she's wearing a t-shirt and shorts. So and
she
some
didn't know that.
Filas.
So he's wearing this like purple and black thing. And y'all, she's gonna get out. Oh, that's the asshole with the moped who rides it around. Oh,
I didn't even hear. Y'all, sorry, the windows
Some
are open.
asshole's got a moped, y'all, just riding around our block. So she's getting out between 7:30 and 8.
Yes.
And he's putting curtains up.
Oh, God. Boy, you're sneezing.
I know.
You're coughing.
It's all a mess. Allergies like nuts. Crazy today. I just want a tissue. I got one.
Oh my gosh! Should
okay,
we
here,
pause this?
No, finish it. Well, I'll tell you about this.
They're putting up. So they get there at like 5 in the morning or 7 in the morning, whatever. He's putting up curtains. They're putting out the steps. He went to Hobby Lobby.
They gotta have
and
curtains
got some
because they gonna fuck.
Yeah, he wants to have the curtains because y'all. We're reminding you.
Fuck.
They're going to get married. They're going to walk up the truck and get married. And then when they're done getting married, they're going to put a mattress in the back of the truck.
And they're going to fuck.
And they're going to fuck on it.
That's
literally what he's... my question, what are they doing with the stairs? Are they just leaving them?
I believe the stairs will stay behind.
And then why the limo then? If you're going to get married, are they going to fuck in the limo?
It all seems like it's gilding the lily. I think the limo is just to take them to the truck, but where they get married.
Oh, so they didn't want to bring it all there.
Yes.
Oh.
I think
this is John could be an event planner.
I think even more is that usually when you build stairs, there's something to get to. This is just building stairs up to a truck.
I mean... You just could have helped her up.
I like his idea of levels, though. Like, that's maybe like the preacher's, like, bima or...
He could have got an attachment, maybe. He could have got an attachment that, you can put your truck bag down and it makes steps and then it folds. You know what?
I think that's not for us to worry about.
He didn't go to AutoZone and see that.
Anyway, he hasn't... We find out also he has not proposed to her yet. And that is good. And John says, I can kind of be impulsive.
He's like,
no shit.
He's like, yeah, I said, yeah, we got that in all caps. He also said, my relationships are short-lived. I've been married several times. I married one of them twice.
Okay, y'all, come at us if you've married an ex twice.
That happens.
You knew.
That happens.
You knew.
I mean, some people get their shit together and get back together.
No, this
that
is
happened
like,
on The Parent Trap. It was lovely.
But, like, when you marry someone again, what happens?
I don't know.
I want to know why.
Maybe he had a huge dick and you realized what a big dick he had
when you got out. But you have to get divorced. You have to go through divorce.
Yeah.
And then you get married again.
You go back to that dick. Come back to dick.
That's not a song.
I'm begging you, please.
Not a song.
Anyway, Christiana does tell him, look, John, I love you.
Too loud for me.
But I'm not in love with you.
He tells her that on the phone. She tells him that on the phone. Yeah.
Which means, is this the best time to ask her to marry you?
I think, but she says that I don't know. This is really interesting. She says, I don't know if I'm in love with you because we ain't fucked yet.
Because we ain't fucked.
Now, I'm not sure if fucking is a good inclination of whether you're in love with someone, because I'd be in love with a lot of people.
A lot. I've been in love with love when I rode that big uncut. Yeah.
I'd have a lot of people in love with me. So
we meet. So Christiana, y'all, she comes out and she's like, she's got
she's got
voice.
Her box.
She's like, oh my God, it's a fucking limo.
Yeah, she's really awful.
Her accent's disgusting.
Oh my God, it's a limo, you guys.
Y'all, and I've said this. Where did I say this before? Did I say this on? I said this on a YouTube live.
Yeah.
I'm only getting a vibe that y'all. I think her and a prison guard were more than just friends.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a male prison guard. It was like Brittany. I'm just saying.
You know, sometimes we can both find love in here.
Anyway, she says,
you know what? Might not miss Smothered. I will miss my Brittany voice.
I know. We all will. Y'all, Christiana was in and out for 14 years.
And for burglaries, mostly with drugs
because
related.
of meth
Cocaine,
and crack,
meth.
she says.
Yep.
And I don't know what the difference is between meth and crack. I think I kind of do, but...
Are you serious?
I thought they were the same thing.
Crack cocaine.
Oh, crack is
cocaine.
like a cooked-down version of cocaine. Oh.
Are you really kidding me?
I'm pretty drug naive.
What would you think meth is? Meth is methamphetamine.
Well, yeah. But sometimes... meth, I think, has crack in it and vice versa.
No, crack was like 90s. Crack
I didn't
like
experiment with a lot of shit like you did.
I don't know. I just watched television and saw movies and watched the news.
Yeah. And,
you didn't hear like
coke off some guy's dick.
You didn't hear like the crack epidemic in the 90s? That you were just listening to like Meet Me in Montana the whole time.
It was. It's true. That's when I was watching the old reruns of Mr. Ed on Nick at Night.
He missed all of that, y'all.
I missed all of that. Anyway,
crack is crack cocaine. A street cheaper form of cocaine.
Okay. Christiana said she's never had the love and affection that John gives her, and that they met through pen pals, and that is how they do old school pen pals in this, y'all.
I had a pen pal in elementary school, a French girl.
Maybe you'll have a pen pal with a prisoner after this. Maybe
unless
you'll
we
say
can video chat.
Well, maybe you should say you're a female. Your name's Marilyn.
I think he'd be a little surprised. Anyway, they've only known each other for 3 months.
3 months,
and that's something.
And then, Poodle, what did you think of this marriage proposal?
When he's like, something I should get out of the way first. So I know what you're going to think about this, but want to marry me?
It was the shittiest fucking
marriage. It's a bad proposal.
This was I don't want to go on record and say this. This was worse than when Paul asked Karini's dad to marry. This was worse.
I don't know. No, who was that? No, it wasn't Paul and Karini.
Yeah, he was he was trying to do the finger, show the finger.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Who was it that it was Avery and Omar when they got married, and Omar basically married the man.
Oh, yeah. And then Ricky had a horrible proposal on that fucking boat.
Oh, yeah. You know how my father proposed to my mom?
How?
If we got married, we could save a lot of money on taxes.
Your mom still twists the knife on that, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how my father proposed.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think he wanted to get married. I think they were at the end, and my grandmother was like, when is that 30-something-year-old man going to marry you?
Oh, because he was older.
Yeah, he was like
But he was not
6
divorced,
years older.
right?
He was never
never
been
married before.
Yeah. Neither one of them had been. My mother was 26 when they got married.
Oh, wow.
And my father was 32. And my grandmother would say, Yeah, that old 32-year-old man coming around here.
Maybe your father was
Like
a little
a
gay and
tomcat.
denied it, and maybe he was pushing it
I
down.
don't think so.
Maybe.
He's like me. He couldn't be tamed. I can't be tamed.
Oh, God. All right, y'all. So John has married, and then we don't know. We're going to have to wait till next episode. And you're going to have to wait because if you're listening on the free podcast,
Ooh, we're taking a break.
we're going to pause for commercial. And we're back. We're back. If you're on the Gatreon, we just sailed through. We just didn't pause
scratched
at
my
all.
nuts, and we went on.
Gross.
Okay,
let's talk about Jessica. You are just in a state today.
I
Bless your heart.
just had some kind of allergy.
Let's talk about
attack.
Jessica and Maurice. Maurice, the baguettes. Wham, 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 wham. You know what? It made me laugh because every time they would say it's the morning of the
Marie the baguettes.
it is Marie.
Maurice is her father.
Morning of release, and I'm like, I've seen that morning. Been a while for you.
Every morning with a release is a good morning.
That's a dang truth. So she's in California. She's picking up Maurice. So we find out that they've been together and they've been married for a while, but they didn't find this out the first episode. Y'all, this is not a good sign. She has not seen him in 2 years because of wine poodle. Were you listening?
He basically got in trouble for allegedly bringing in drugs to the prison.
So
he's had all his privileges taken away.
But that's not good.
No,
That's not good if that's true.
So basically she also finds out that when they were talking, quote unquote, there was another girl who was talking to him as well.
Yes, and so she was. So she said, I started to think like, did he marry me just so he could have conjugal visit and have sex? But no, that can't be it.
Maybe. Sounds great.
And I'm like,
I would too. Maurice is hot, y'all.
Basically, y'all. So she gets there at like 7:30, and sometimes you don't know when they're going to get out. They could get out 7:30, or it could be like noon, and that's
right.
when he got out like hours later, y'all. And they just showed like, I feel like 50% of the episode was just Jessica
getting ready,
just pacing and waiting for him. Like, I'm so nervous. And it reminded me of like, y'all, that is Poodle and I waiting for that hot donut light to go on outside of Krispy Kreme donuts. We're just standing there.
When's it going to go on?
When's it going to go on? I don't know, Poodle. When's it going to go on?
I'm first in line.
Yeah, because if you've never had a hot donut from Krispy Kreme,
y'all, when the hot donut light is on,
oh my! I have almost wrecked on an interstate, pulling to the other side because of the hot donut light.
It's very good.
It's very, very good.
Yum.
That kind of took me out of what we were talking about for a little
Krispy
bit.
Kreme started where I grew up in North Carolina.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. A poodle from Pickens.
Seema from Mumbai.
A poodle from Pickens.
Anyway, so she's got her little short dress on with her boobies out, and she's real excited. There he is, and he does come out, and he said, "I'm exuberated to see you."
And he's like, "That's not a real word,
that's
but
a word I made up."
I'm saying it now, y'all. He is tall.
He's tall. And he's got
hot.
A big old dick.
He is a big,
Woo!
huge dick.
And he can go for hours.
He can
she says
for hours. Oh, did she say that?
Yeah,
I missed that part.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she did, y'all.
Y'all, it's hours is too long.
I'm waiting for this OnlyFans.
20 minutes, 30 minutes.
But when you've been in prison, maybe you want. Think about this. You've been in a sexual prison,
but
when things are lifted for you. Maybe how long do you think
it's going to be? Like 5 minutes first, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done, and then we're going to need to do it later on.
Oh, you're not going to let them leave?
Yeah,
like you'll make them sit in the closet while you smoke a cigarette and drink an iced tea.
Yeah.
Shut up in there! I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll go take a shower and reapply.
So she's been waiting. We find out too while she's waiting. He was in the Crypt. He was a Compton Crypt, which is one of the largest gangs in the U.S. And so she just kind of hopes that he can stay out of trouble. And I think that's what...
Did he say Crypt? Or is it the Crips?
Well, he was a Crypt, but the Crips is the gang, but you're a Crypt.
I thought you said Crypt. No, like Crips and Bloods. CRIP.
I thought it was Crips. Like to the grave. They ride or die.
No, it's
to the
Crips.
crypt.
It's Crips. CRIP.
There's not a T?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Look. Why don't you look up?
Are you sure?
Why don't you look up Crips and
Hey,
Bloods?
Siri, look up the Compton Crips. Hey, Siri, what's the Compton Crips?
This is an educational show.
Okay.
You're
Well,
learning.
oh my God, there's no T.
Again, where were you in the 90s?
I thought it was.
Where were you?
Well, I remember that.
when you said Crips, I was like, wait.
Eddie Proctor, my social studies teacher, said that we had some Crips and Bloods in Ardmore.
Shut up.
And he said we could tell by the colors red and blue. He was a kind of racially insensitive white man. Actually, no, he wasn't white. He was Native American, but his culture was white for a lot of parts. So I don't think he was really accurate. He's the same coach that whenever you said the Pledge of Allegiance.
Was that Cody Proctor's father?
Yeah, Cody Proctor was hot. But when you said the Pledge of Allegiance and you said it wrong, if you said one nation and then paused and said under God, he'd say, he'd hit the intercom and go, Sandy, she was his secretary. Sandy, could you send down Jake, please? I need to talk with him. Sure, Mr. Proctor. Sure enough, he would call you in his office and say, you need to say, when you recite the Pledge of Allegiance, you need to say, one nation under God, and not put a space between God, because we never space our nation between us and God.
But if you have a comma there, okay, there's so many things that are wrong with that. I don't know where to take it apart right
eyes
now.
are just like,
I'm about to get on my soapbox.
isn't there an actual comma between it?
I don't know. But even it's one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all, with liberty and justice for all. But it would seem like, but that kind of one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. But it's kind of like you're not separating. It's still even with a pause there. We understand.
Yeah.
One nation under God, indivisible. We assume
I think
all
there's
those
not
are
a comma.
modifiers.
I'll get flack for this, but sorry, y'all. I wish they'd take under God out. It wasn't added till what, like 54?
That sounds right.
Yeah, a lot. I don't know if y'all know that. It originally was not in the Pledge of Allegiance because
You mean under God, indivisible?
yes, because we did not want religion involved in our country,
Right.
originally, and that changed.
I can't even speak because that was in a different time for me. But
But that's what Mr. Proctor would do.
But that's so stupid wanting to die on that hill.
That's Mr. Proctor.
But like,
I worked I was a waiter at Interurban for about a month.
But-
Terrible waiter, and he
Interurban?
It was called Interurban. Yeah, they had good beer biscuits. They throw them at you. They're good. But I once was waiting tables. It was my second week, and I waited on him and his wife, and he lectured me for 15 minutes for not telling him that baked potato was $1.50 extra. And that's when I decided right there, I don't want to be a waiter.
We need to get off Mr. Proctor. This is stupid as shit. God, I was like, I was sitting here looking at your words, and I was like, this is so stupid that we're talking about this.
Crips and Blood. You learn something every day.
No, you learned something from things I'm correcting you. I knew that.
I didn't know. That's great. Thank you.
God, like you did. I still can't believe you did not know. You had to know crack was different than meth. What'd you think it was?
I knew it was, but I didn't know what the distinction was.
And meth is methamphetamine. It's amphetamine.
I knew meth because I
like
did
speed.
meth counseling. So meth, I understand.
Yeah, but you didn't know crack and cocaine were the same. They're not the same, but they're come from the same thing.
Same family.
Where were we? Good God. Anyway, yes, he was a Crip.
He was a
Not
Crip,
a Crypt.
a Compton Crip. Anyway.
It makes it sound like they're a basketball team. Put it up for the Compton Crips.
Dum 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 dum. No.
I think you can just say Crips. People are going to understand what you're meaning.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying her words. What she said. She said Compton Crip.
Okay. Okay.
That's what she said.
Oh, wow. Wow. You're so sheltered sometimes.
Anyway.
I'm amazed.
Maurice says that his old life and his fake-ass friends are gone.
I like that. It's like, bye, prison friends.
Bye. Well, I think he meant from prison, and I also think he meant of his life before, which I hope that... y'all, we're getting to see, and we're going to see this with later, there's this fear of
falling back into your old life.
Falling back into your old life. And, you know, again, from like listening to Ear Hustle and stuff, there is this kind of, to really make it, a lot of them kind of have to start a whole new life.
I think that's what the halfway house is supposed to do.
Yeah. But there are ways, you know, especially if you're part of a gang, depending on how hard it is to leave the gang, sometimes if they find you're out and if you're close to visit, they can threaten your family members and like drag you back into this. So it's really just a bad
It's a shame.
So let's hope Maurice doesn't care about that now, y'all, because they're gonna
go have some sex.
They're gonna have some sex
for hours.
They're gonna go put on some Maxwell. Ooh,
Keith Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea Bocelli.
Yes.
Is that just me? Let this be our prayer. Shadows fill our day.
Gotta see your face.
I'm coming.
Okay, turn it off, Carl. I'm done. Turn it off.
Carl, light me a cigarette.
Carl, hand me that Virginia Slims. Thank you.
Carl's wife does get off to the prayer about Andrea Bocelli.
Carl, did you know it was Crip? I thought there was a T.
Y'all, I swear to God, she gave up smoking years ago. If it's not for that after smoke sex.
Yep, it's true.
After sex smoke. That's the only one she really loves anymore.
Yes. Anyway,
did you know it was Crip?
Let's move on. I don't know who I feel sorry for more. If I feel sorry for Scott or I thought it was going to go well, but I'm a little worried for Shavel.
Especially when Quaylon made her pick up his mother, who she's never met before.
And then, y'all, I mean, we're going to get into it, but basically, he's not telling the whole story.
Yeah. So Sylvia comes over, her mom, with her questionable gold lip. We've already talked about it before.
I didn't enjoy her makeup.
This time, she's not even wearing gold eyeshadow.
No, it's
to
just
make
the
it
gold,
work.
which is actually better than the gold shadow without the eyeliner.
I agree.
That was better. Y'all, if you need to get your life straight, you just need to watch this mama.
I love
Tell
Sylvia.
her daughter what to fucking do, because she lays it out for her, tells her what she needs to do, and she said, remember, you got
truth talk.
She's like, she's like, you've got God, you've got good morals, that's all you need. And she's like, he's either a lesson or a blessing. I'm using that. That is good.
Also, she says, you have good morals, you have good raising. Remember, he's been in jail for 12 years.
That is like
that can change somebody.
That's true. Are they in the South? Where Kansas
City.
So close enough. But did people say that? Like, my mom wouldn't, but like my aunts and my grandma would say, remember your raisin.
Yeah, my mother would say, remember your raisin.
Yeah.
I raised you right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing. I wonder if that happens just more, I don't know.
Anyway. So, and mom does say, promise me if you see signs or red flags, you will walk away because you're a package deal with your daughter now.
It was hot.
It was
truth
good
talk.
advice.
It was good advice. Again, she could be a life coach.
And then we pick up Quillandria.
Oh,
mother.
The mother. Yes.
So Q's running the family.
Runs in the family. So, y'all, they pick up the mom. And
she seems nice.
It seems like they're kind of like when you meet your mother-in-law, it's like
you're
polite
nice, and
you're
it's
being
a little
polite. Let me get your bag. Oh, thank you, Mom.
So everything's good until she's like, well, I can't wait to just get him out of there and get him back to Texas. But no, he's going to be staying here. Wait, did she just say that?
Quaylandria was like, no, that was why we moved to Texas. And then we find out in the kind of confessional
That Quaylon,
he says, I never told Shavel that.
No, I didn't tell. I told my mom.
Oh, I told my mom he was moved to Texas. Yes,
and he told Shavel that he was staying in Kansas with her.
Kansas City is where he got into trouble. So rightly so, Mom does not want him to go back there.
Yeah. So I don't know who's telling the truth here, you guys.
Oh,
we're going to have to find out from Quaylon.
Yeah. So I honestly,
if his mom is making it up. Did she kind of rewrite that in her brain?
Well, no, but I think not, because he said I didn't tell. So I think he already let us know that he fucked it up.
He didn't say he.
He said that He said I told my mom I was going back to Texas.
Oh, did he say that in an interview?
He said I told my mom I was going back. I never told my mom, and I never told Shavel. Yeah, so he admitted that he's blind. That's where I was like,
that.
Because I really kind of thought like...
but he's told Shavel he's staying there with her.
Yeah, that's what I got. Because he said in the first episode, and even in the second episode, like he was talking about...
So Quaylon may not be good, guys. Because shady as fuck.
We actually kind of thought he was the one that seemed like he had the most shit together.
Yeah, because he'd been there 12 years, rehabilitated.
And he was talking like, y'all, it is crazy. My partner, he volunteers for an organization called Defy, which... Because it's this thing you forget about. Y'all... It's so funny. We laugh. He was like, the last time I was online, I was on MySpace. Like, think about, we forget how much has changed.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be people that they might not even know what Gmail is.
Right.
Or maybe they know, but not how to use it.
It depends on what prison you're in and what state you're in.
Yes, it is.
Because there's some prisons who every prisoner gets an iPad.
Yeah.
I mean, but Quaylon, obviously, that did not happen. So
yes,
let's not paint it with too broad of a brush.
No, but I'm just saying, but a lot of people, but some people literally, they go into prison, the last piece of electronics they knew was a pager.
I get it.
And now they come out to this. So,
but I'm just saying that's not everyone's experience.
No, it's all different by county, state, and all that. So they kind of have a, so Mom said he didn't tell me he was going to live with you in Kansas.
And then it gets tense.
It does get tense.
She's like, nope, I'm taking my son back. And then, and
I'm going to walk right out of there with my son.
And Chanel's like, okay.
She's like, well, okay, we'll see.
Yeah. Y'all, this is not good to be going up against for future mother-in-law right off.
And it's not good for Quaylon to
put them together with that. I agree.
I feel like he's going to fuck her over now.
It's not good.
I just don't have a good feeling about it.
And she seems like the most kind of open-hearted person of all of them.
She seems really kind.
Yeah.
She seems like she's trying to get her shit together.
Yeah. He might be fucking her over.
But at the same time, like, she has her daughter calling him daddy.
Ugh.
Like that. When I saw that, I went, no, honey, no.
I don't know. I get grossed out when I see that.
No.
I wrote down, this is going to be interesting.
And then we get to really a poster child for good fathers.
Shawn.
Let's talk about Shawn.
Shawn and Destiny. So after basically, he said he's on the phone with her. It's like, after going over your extensive rap sheet, you're getting out tomorrow. I like it how... Do the prisoners not know when they're getting out? I am confused.
I guess some of them don't. They know it could be coming soon. You would think they would let them know longer to give them...
If someone's listening to us and has experience with this when you're getting out of being incarcerated, I feel like that... Because in the Shawshank Redemption, people knew.
That's a movie. That's not real life.
That's why I was making a joke about it.
Oh. But if... I don't... You think they would let them know to let them make arrangements.
Right.
Because somebody usually has to pick them up. And then they only have like $300 or whatever.
And they're ready to get somebody out of there.
Yeah.
It's strange. I I need to do more research on this. Yeah, I won't. What am I saying?
Come at us. Let us know, sissies.
So, and he's like, if you take off, I'm out $50,000.
And she's like, look, I've gained 20 pounds.
I'm really stressed out right now.
I'm really stressed out right now. I don't need this.
I want to look good for you.
You're going to make me emotionally eat.
I know. That sounds like a lot of money, and it sounds like a lot to deal with, but I promise you, in the end, it's all going to be okay.
Y'all.
And he's like, all right.
I'm calling it now. Destiny is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, the two like train wrecks I'm seeing right now are Shavel and Quaylon and Destiny and Shawn.
Which I didn't think. I thought it would be like. I don't think Scott and Lindsay are going to be train wrecks as much as she's just going to walk all over him.
Yeah,
but I feel like people that are. It's not going to be good. Yeah. I agree with that. Anyway, y'all, Shawn goes to, what was it called? Plato's Closet? Plate's Closet?
Plato's Closet.
It was a thrift store.
It's a thrift store.
But it was called like Plato's Closet.
There's Plato's Closet, yeah. Is that right?
I don't know. I never heard of it.
It's a thrift store.
Anyway, he's going to meet...
Isn't it Plato's Closet? Look it up on your phone.
He's going to meet Kelly, who...
His common law wife.
Common law wife. That's a good
They're never married.
They have 6 kids together, and Kelly and his older daughter, Gracie, they are shopping, and
yeah, you're right. Plato's Closet.
Okay, good. And so he just decides this is the best place to tell Kelly, hey, by the way, I'm seeing somebody.
Girl?
You know that girl? And she's like, what girl? You didn't tell me about a girl. And he's like,
yeah, she's in prison.
Yeah, I've been seeing a girl. No, literally, he's telling her about the girl and that she's in prison.
And she's like, now, this is interesting. She's like, well, what's going to happen? Don't think you're going to see my kids don't think she's going to see my kids. She could be a guy. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
That may be a little bit of hyperbole because that would have been hard being in a women's prison.
Exactly.
Because these days, you guys, they will oftentimes make transgender people go to the gender of your sex. You have to go to this prison.
Being trans in prison is a hard thing.
Yeah.
It is. Ooh, those people are not treated well.
Yeah.
Not treated well. They were... and
so she's probably not a guy.
And then Kelly says, so you just met this girl and you're going to marry her and you wouldn't marry me after 22 years. I just had to have your children.
Y'all, she's kind of got a point here.
She kind of has a point.
Wow. She's like, I should just give you 6 kids. And, you would marry me. I guess I'm not good enough
Kelly
to get married.
keeps it real. She looks like she's had a hard life, too.
Yeah,
she doesn't cut the shit. And she finally says, I'm going to go out in the car and wait.
While you tell your daughter what you're going to do.
Yeah, and you know what?
May never even see her again.
That's another poodle line.
It is. Hope you see her again after this.
I just can't I can't watch you do this. So I'm going to wait in the car. This will be the last time.
So
anyway.
He's telling Gracie.
Who literally, I just want you to think about this. Imagine if your parent came up to you and talked to you about someone you've never heard of in your life, that they're in love with them.
And they're going to marry them, and they're in jail.
They're going out of jail, and not only they're going to get out of jail, and they're going to come live in your house.
I would be so shocked that I could not wrap my head around it. I would say exactly what Gracie did. Don't you think this is a little fast?
Yes.
And she's like, I'm hearing all this. Then the girl starts to cry. And she's like,
it was heartbreaking.
Are you trying to start a new family?
That broke my heart.
I know. And honestly, guys, he's never met this person. He's never really even talked to this person visually.
No. You don't spring this on your children. I mean, we learned this for 90 days.
Yeah.
Y'all, keep relationships from your kids until they're serious. But don't say, oh, I'm serious and I'm marrying this man in a week.
Can't wait till Papa Quaylon comes home.
Yeah.
You don't know him.
You don't know him.
Yeah.
Especially that's even worse for her daughter's age, because her daughter's, 3?
Yeah.
Shavel's?
It's worse.
That's worse.
Yeah, I agree.
That's worse. What do you think it is that, because I think kind of the commonality we're seeing in these people. We see with 90 Day, they like live in this fantasy of being together, but a lot of these people remind me of Tiffany and Ronald, where they want this insta family.
I feel like there's a different level of desperation here that there's something playing along in their head on a loop. I'm never going to find anyone. I need someone. We said before, love addiction. Every single one of these non-inmates is dealing with love addiction,
Yeah,
guys.
I agree with that. I think every single
And love
one.
addiction is real. In other words, you need it to live.
Yes.
And if you don't have that kind of attention or some person to give your love to, you don't feel real.
It's true.
And after a while, it's kind of like, but I want to help. Maybe it's someone in prison. That way, it's like, George Costanza, when that way you know where they are. It could also have to do with people who've been cheated on before.
It's interesting. A lot of people who have been cheated on before, and so maybe they feel like if someone's in prison, they can't cheat on them.
That's what I just said. You know where they are.
Yeah, you know where they are. That just click. But it's interesting to me that it's like Tinder times 1,000, and that you know where they are, but you don't know who they are.
True.
They could paint any picture of who they are to you, and
Yeah.
you would,
And if you look at from the other perspective of the inmate's perspective who's getting out, think about that is like in a way it's kind of like that's a golden ticket. This is someone I'm going to start it's this weird like paradise. I'm going to start my new life with my brand new love.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be real. So it's very interesting. It's an interesting.
I like watching the show. I like it.
It's
sad.
I will say it's a slow burn.
It is a slow burn.
The episode that we watched in season either 1 or 2 with Tracy
season
and Clint,
1. That was amazing.
That was like bonkers nuts. And I kind of loved everything about it.
I did too. We'll see. People are liking this
hope
season.
This turns out bonkers.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be...
I think John's going to be bonkers.
There's going to be a Lalu theater with John in that wedding. I'm telling you that right now.
Anyway, that's the show.
That's the show, y'all. Thanks for jumping into this. We're having a good time doing it. Now, again, this is, if you're listening to the free episode, this is going away. Love After Lockup it's at the $8 tier for our Patreon. All the episodes drop on Sunday night. You can go to 90 Day Gays or patreon.com/90 Day Gays, or you can just go to 90daygays.com and click on the Patreon links. It'll take you there.
The don't pull over level.
The don't pull over. That's don't pull over. I don't remember things.
Don't pull over $8.
$8 tier. And y'all, we don't really have a sign up for this. Sign off, do we?
No.
What should it be? Don't say
I'm
something.
just a prisoner of love.
Oh, I forgot this
our theme song.
It's true.
I'm just a prisoner of love.
RuPaul, don't come for us and make us take it off the air.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Lock me up, roll away the key. I'm just a prisoner of love. I'm doing time, I'm doing fine. I'm just a prisoner of love.